Hello everyone. In today's class we will discuss about protostomes and deuterostomes. So this division of protostomes and deuterostomes is mainly done based on the development of the mouth and the anus, means the sequence of development. That is in the sequence in which the mouth and the anus are formed, which is formed first and which is formed later on. So in protostomes, the mouth is formed first, mouth first, okay, and the anus is developed later, okay, and in their case there is determinate type of cleavage, determinate type of cleavage. Now what happens is that, suppose this is the morula, okay, then the blastula comes and then the gastrula, okay, this is the ectoderm, this is the endoderm. In them what happens, the anterior region of the blastopore gives rise to the mouth, okay, and the later the anus is formed, okay. In them the determinate cleavage. What is determinate cleavage? You will see in them there is determinate cleavage. Determinate cleavage means the cells, the parental cells give rise to particular structure, okay. If you remove that parental cell, suppose if I take the, suppose these are the parental cells, this will give rise to some specific structure in the future developed embryo or the future developed organism. But if I remove these cells, other cells will not compensate and this structure might be missing in the organism. So this type of cleavage is known as determinate cleavage, okay. In examples are arthropods and mollusks, okay. Arthropods, mollusks are the examples, okay. Now in case of deuterostomes, what you will see is that, now I have discussed protostomes, now next I will discuss deuterostomes. What you will see is that the anus will develop first and the mouth will develop later. Anus develops first and the mouth is developed later. So what is the difference? Protostomes, the mouth is developed first. In deuterostomes, the anus is developed first, okay. So what happens in them is that, suppose this is the morula stage, and this is the gastrula stage. In them the blastopore region gives rise to anus, that is first the anus will form, then the mouth will form. This is the ectoderm, this is the endoderm, this is the blastopore. So what will happen is that suppose this is the organism after development. During the development, the mouth will formed later and the anus will formed first, okay, and this is the digestive cavity. Similarly here you will see same thing. The mouth will develop first, the anus will develop later, and this is the digestive cavity. Okay, now give some examples of deuterostomes. The examples of deuterostomes are, write it down, echinodermata, hemichordata and chordates. Okay, so this is the main difference between protostomes and deuterostomes. Question might be there in your examination that write the major differences between deuterostomes and protostomes. One more major difference is that in them you will see spiral cleavage, and in them there is radial cleavage. Now in them there is determinate type of cleavage, and in them there is indeterminate type of cleavage. Okay, of cleavage. So what is the difference between determinate and indeterminate? Indeterminate means, suppose there are few cells and these cells will give rise to particular structure. Okay, now if in case of determinate cleavage, if you remove the cells, then that structure will not form. But in case of indeterminate cleavage, even if you remove the cell, other cells around that area will come and compensate that area, and the same structure will form in the later organism. Means removing of the cell does not compromise the formation of the structure or the future organ of that organism. Okay, understood the major differences between deuterostomes and protostomes. So what are the examples of protostomes? These are Arthropoda, mollusca, and deuterostomes are echinodermata. Okay, so from echinodermata you will see deuterostomes, echinodermata, chordata, hemichordata. These all are deuterostomes. Understood? I hope you have understood both of them. Thank you everyone.